Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cultural Awareness, the podcast that allows you to travel across the world. All of this from the backseat of your car, the comfort of your home, or maybe your neighbor house. Who knows? Wherever you are, welcome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I'm your host, Big Steph. Yo, what up? Welcome to another edition. It's actually another episode of this podcast, Cultural Awareness, man. The only podcast that slap information in the back of your head, baby. Okay, so let me stop playing. So, again, welcome everybody. And today we have a hot one. We have a hot topic, right? And again, thank you for all those that are listening to my podcast from all across the world. I see I even got some people in Europe over there listening to my podcast. I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. We mostly talk about culture. We talk about controversial stories. We talk a little bit of everything. Investment, we on it. Culture, we on it. But it's mostly about culture, as you know. And speaking of culture, let's check out this story again, man. Like, this story is actually crazy. So, this is the story. I would just go ahead and dive into it, the story of the day. So, this story is about what? It's about the fact that there's a couple, a man and a woman. They've been together in a relationship for about 5 years, or 4 years or so. So, they've been together in a relationship, and what happened is, the lady got pregnant. When she got pregnant, the boyfriend at the time asked the girl to have an abortion, right? So he asked the girl to have an abortion, and the girl said no, she would rather keep it. And the man was like, if you keep it, I'm leaving you. And she kept it, and he left. Right? So, but God works in mysterious ways, right? So he left the girl and he went on about his activity and his life. And, he's doing well in his life and everything. But then suddenly, one day he's passing through and he see his ex would carry a child. And the child is like 5 years old because they split up for about 5 years. And that is his son, right? And mysteriously, the son looked exactly like him. He can't even deny it. Like, the son really looked like him, right? The son had like the nails, the face, the head, everything, the body shape. And he wow, like that baby really looked like me. So now he goes to the girl and yes, it's his son. And he's begging the girl like, hey, I need to be in my son's life. And the girl is like, no, remember when you told me that you wanted me to have an abortion? So why are you coming now asking about, like, I did all the hard work. Like, right now he's 5 years old and I've been just fine. We never asked you for anything. And the guy's like, no, he went and see the girl family member, everybody. And, the girl was like decisive no. And she's writing to let us know, to ask us a question like, what should she do? Should she let the father be in the life of his son? Or should she put her foot down and say no? And whenever the boy is maybe 18 years old, then he can decide at that time to see his father or not. So that's what she's asking, because she said it still hurt. It hurt that the man that she thought she was going to be with, when time got tough as far as pregnancy is concerned, he decided to leave her and asked her to carry an abortion. And now he's coming back because she didn't have an abortion, because the son looked just like him. Everybody's telling him like, bro, you cannot even, like, this is like your photocopy, like you cannot even say it's not yours. So now the man really wants to be in the life of his son, but because of what he said in the past, that is putting him in jeopardy, right? It's not something like he did not know. He knew the girl was pregnant and he still asked her to carry an abortion, right? So what do you think? Give us your opinion. before I'm going to go ahead and talk about what our elders said about regarding the story. So we have two elders that we often consult with, right? Because they are very knowledgeable of our custom and tradition. By our custom and tradition, I'm talking about like Bantu customs and tradition. And one thing I did find out is, which I did not know, but I hope this doesn't scare anybody there. In Africa, when that happened, which I did not know, like when a man denied his child, right? Because by asking her to carry an abortion, the elder said that he pretty much asked her to commit murder. And therefore, since the child didn't die, he shouldn't be looking over it. Like right now, they will say, he's a person that put the seeds in, but he is not your father. Why? Because what I didn't know is that in Africa, through ritual, we can actually modify the child DNA. I didn't know that. Right? So I was like, how is that even possible? They say, yeah, we have the true science, right? We actually, through certain ritual, can actually, when a father deny the child like that, we can actually modify the DNA to a point where it will stay within like his father, like his grandparent, like he will carry more like the DNA of his grandparent instead of carrying the DNA of his father. And that will cut any link possible that this man can ever have over the child. Because remember, in African tradition, for those who don't know, you do not talk bad about your child, about your father. You do not say anything wrong about your parent. Why? Because your parent carry certain word that they can say it over your life, and that will curse you forever, and you will never become anybody, no matter how hard you try in your life, right? So that's why you do not say just any kind of word to your parent. Now, we know that boys usually when they grow up, they will look to their father and say, you wasn't there. You asked my mom to carry an abortion. And the father can still at that time say some, curse word over their life, and it will affect them and it will actually touch them. So to avoid that happening, whenever a child is born in those circumstances, like they usually try to give the child to his grandparent, like the girl's father, right? And through that, we process with a ritual, Bantu people know what I'm talking about. We process through a ritual where they say that from now on, this is not your grandson, he becomes your son. And because he becomes your son, the DNA will be changed so that it fits yours. And therefore, the seed maker, like they will call it, he's just we call it in French le géniteur, meaning like the seed maker, the person that just procreate. He's not the father, right? So therefore, it will cut any possible links that this might even have in the future with him. So now, because the grandkid become the son of, the grandparent, the ritual made it possible for this grandkid to carry that genetic side, right? So he can, I don't know how, because, hey, don't ask me, man, I don't do ritual. But like through ritual, they can actually change it to where the grandparent now is the one being the father. And from there, the grandparent are the one in charge of giving him the education that he need and the manlyhood, because we know that as a boy or as a young man, you always need a male figure or a parent that is a male in your life to guide you through difficulty. We know that most women would not be able to teach you that, because in Africa they assume, or we estimate, that women can be tough, but they will not be as tough as the father. And there are certain things they cannot do, especially when it's a man, when it's a boy. They cannot give him a certain education that a real man would give it to them. So, therefore, that's why when it's a boy, we assign him to the grandfather. And this one is obviously responsible of giving him the proper education that this one needs. So, let's get back to the story of the day. With this girl, the grandparent already took charge of the grandson. And obviously there were some rituals that were already made, and the girl is like, should I let the man be in the son life? One of the elders said no, because right now he carry no more links besides being the procreator. Like, he do not carry any links like blood wise with this man anymore, because through the ritual they cleanse it. They cleanse to ask our ancestor to change and put the grandson as the son of the grandfather. So now it's not his grandfather, it's his father. So this man lost out on a great opportunity because he asked her to carry an abortion, which in turns was meaning he is refusing any link to paternity, any link of paternity with this child. So that is one ancestor. He said it, and the ritual was actually done. And so, I mean, for that part, I don't know. For as far as I am concerned, I think that especially when you are a man, you need, I mean, not just a man, like any kid need a father in their life, right? Because fathers do things differently than what mothers do, right? You always need that male figure that is going to guide you, to help you become somebody. Because even for girls, sometimes when you are, that is why some people say, oh, that girl have some daddy issue, or that guy, he's like that because he never had a father. You know what I mean? So that shows that you need a man in the life no matter what, right? But again, we are in the Bantu tradition. The grandchild already has the grandfather that took care of everything and is making sure that the baby grows in the right conditions. So for them to go back, like they say, like right now, if no matter what this man do, it will never affect that child, because through the ritual and ancestral practice and whatever, they were able to remove his paternity and give it to the grandfather. So should she allow this man to be in the in the life of her son? I don't know. All I know is every child needs to have a male figure in his life. Right? Now, the oh, this is funny. So the other ancestor was like, whenever you say that you don't want to, like you want a girl to have an abortion, first of all, where we come from is illegal. You should never say that. No matter what, even if you step outside of your marriage or like whatever, accept your responsibility, man. You messed up, sure, but do never deny your blood. We do not deny blood. Blood is something sacred to us. We never deny blood. We handle it. You have to be able to take your responsibility. You have to be able to take your responsibility as a man to make sure that if such accident happen, you should never deny it. Yeah, it might mess up your relationship, but you have to say it. But in this case, it wasn't like he was cheating. It was like he had his girl and they've been together for 5 years, and the girl pretty much left her guard up because she was like, well, we've been together for 5 years and we never had any issues, so I think right now is the time to have a child. So, but for anybody out there, before you have a child with a man, always make sure that is what he also wants. Don't take the responsibility upon yourself to have a child with a man when he specifically already told you he doesn't want a child. Because we don't want to have all these how can I say, baby without a father out there, right? Because it's a beautiful thing to have a baby, don't get me wrong. It's an amazing thing. That is a gift from God, like we say in our culture, in the Bantu culture. It's a gift from God, right? You accept everything that God gives you. It's a gift. You accept it with pride, man. But at the same time, ladies, please do not have a child with a man because you think, one, that is how you're going to keep him. Two, that you assume that he also wants to have a child with you, because there's a reason. Like, you guys been together for 5 years and he didn't like even ask you to get pregnant? Like, come on now. Like, don't assume that that is what he wants. Make sure you guys are on the same page. And if he's wasting your time, then move on to the next relationship so you can find, I don't know, joy, happiness, life, better living, like peace, tranquility. So that is what I will advise to people. But this is not the girl's fault, because we also understand that things happen when a baby is in the mix, and she had at least strong feeling for this guy, and she was like, well, we have been together for 5 years, so I don't think he would do me like that. But the man did exactly what she didn't expect. He left her and he asked her to get an abortion, and now he wants her back. To me, because I know about the ritual, then they said that we should just look at it. One day we will present the man to the baby and say, he is your procreator, but he's not your father, right? He's the one that put the seeds in, but he's the planter, pretty much. But he is not your father. Your father is actually your grandfather, because he's the one that took care of you as a man should take care of his, right? And it will be up to the child if he ever, I don't know, become successful and want to help this man out, sure. But he should know that genetically, he has no more link with this man. And also for men, be careful. If you don't want to have a kid, man, go protect it, man. Come on now, go protect it. I know that they say robbers are not 100% safe, but stay protected, man. Especially if you know what are the consequences besides sexual disease. What are the consequences of sex is pregnancy, right? Besides sexual disease is pregnancy. So you have to know that, you got to stay covered. You got to stay covered when you go out with a girl, man, especially if you don't wish to have a kid with her. And if you pick a girl and you know that, okay, she's the right person, make sure it's the right person, so that if any accident happens, you are like, yeah, I've known this person for a while now, and I know how they will behave in a certain situation, right? Don't just pick anybody randomly. And don't get trapped either. So, I know it's simpler and easier said than done, but at the same time, you gotta be careful and watch out. Like, don't give hope to people and then break them like that, You gotta make things clear. Be open and honest about what you see your future in, or what you see will happen in the future, so that when accident happen, the other person or your partner knows exactly what you will do, right? So that will be the story of the day. And please feel free to leave us comment and I don't know, likes. I don't know if we need likes. So likes, and my Instagram is bsteph77, right? Go check out bsteph77. And also, what was I going to say? We always support black businesses for free, right? If you have, and we are being followed and listened to by many people. So if you have your business and you want us to promote it out here for free, I repeat, for free, just shoot us a text message at 818-814-0978, 818-814-0978, and we will let it on the podcast for free. Whatever you're selling and it's your business, man, I'm here to support everybody succeed. So whatever you have that you're selling, hey, feel free to text me and I will just, put it on the podcast, man. It doesn't hurt. You never know who's going to listen to it and maybe bring you some business deal or whatever. For now it's free, so you might as well take advantage of it. That being said, let's go to the quote of the day.
Yo, boss, where is the commercial?
We ain't got none. We got to work harder.
Oh yes, we ain't got none and we got to work harder. That is what it is, man. We ain't got no commercial for right now. But as far as the quote of the day is concerned, this is a quote that should bring to let us know that we must work hard when we are young, so that our old days can be glorious. And for the quote of the day, it goes as follow: where you will sit when you are old shows where you stood in your youth. Where you will sit when you are old shows where you stood in your youth. That is the quote of the day, ladies and gentlemen. In other words, we must work hard, man, to prepare for our older days. And as far as the story of the day is concerned, we also must note that, like I said, a key point is a child doesn't have you stay with a man, because if a man wants to leave, he will leave, or your other partner or whatever, vice versa. It doesn't help a partner stay with you, right? And another point is, before you decide to have a child with another person, make sure that it's consensual and that they are really willing to do that with you, right? Because you don't know what other people have planned in their head, or what they see in their life happening. And that will be it. So, again, thank you for listening to this podcast episode. And while we are at it, so check out Nesdy Property Group in Dallas, Texas. It's a real estate company. They buy distressed property, and then they fix it and flip it. I'm sure if you are familiar with real estate, you probably heard of the 10 fix and flip before. So if you have any property and you're trying to move out, or any old property, inheritance that is messed up, and you want to get rid of it for the right value of the house, call Nesdy Property Group at 818-814-0978. Oh, that is that is my number. Anyway, call me 818-814-0978. 818-814-0978. Thank you, and have a blessed day. Feel free to leave comment. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at bstep77. I'm on IG, on Twitter, Nembot Stefan, at Nembot Stefan, yeah. And that will be it. Thank you for checking us out, and have a great and blessed day. Peace. Big Steph.